Well, first of all, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. Um, First of all, I'd like to say, Michael, you hit all the high notes from my perspective.
It's the advantage of going first.
You've triggered me to think of very different things to say. I mean, first of all, I'd like to say self-discovery is the essence of any art education, or just the willingness to look and to learn and to use your eyes rather than your mind. And I'm a real advocate of that. I was at a very um, educationally sort of forward school at King's in Wimbledon when I grew up, and they didn't teach art. So I had no access to art history at all. I didn't study art history at university. I couldn't at the university that I went to, but I knew that personally, my journey of self-discovery was to work in the arts. My grandfather was an arts professor, and he drove me to that by telling me that I should use my eyes rather than my mind. You know, learn with your eyes. And that's such an essential thing when you go to exhibitions, when you go to museums, even when you speak to one another, have eye contact and get behind the person that's talking to you, get into their soul, get into their spirit. And when you look at art, I really believe that's the way to educate yourself, go on your own journey. When I left university, I knew that I'd want to come and work here because of the panoply, the great variety of things that one would see, but also the people that one would meet who perhaps didn't have formal art educations. And you'd be surprised how many people that are in the art world do not have art educations. But when Michael's talking about the 1960s, by the 1970s, studying art in Britain was really rather absurd. Non-objective art had come into play and people didn't take it very seriously. So my cohort from school and university thought I was rather absurd to believe that a life in the art world was something that would bring me happiness or bring me wealth or bring me success. Now, of course, they all can't believe the life that I've had and wish they had it themselves. So for the young people here that are starting to study, you're going in the right direction. Follow your heart. Don't follow your parents' wishes. Don't follow those people that say that you won't be happy and successful. I can assure you will be, because once you set your heart upon something, whatever it might be, you'll make a success. And Michael and I talked about that earlier, that the majority of people that succeed in the art world are very self-motivated, and they don't have to be self-assured, but they have to have the ability to look and to experience and put themselves out there. When I was auctioneering, I used to tell the other auctioneers that work with me that they should be on the front foot. And that means being self-assured and able to handle any type of situation. And I think the art world is a very unstructured environment in which to find a job. There's a beauty in that because you can work harder to find the job that you want. I would, however, say one of the points that I made in my notes prior to this was to say that all art organizations should have a mandatory part of their HR teams to ensure that young people can come and work for them on paid internships. And that program for me, when I worked here, and Toby and others, Andrew, Simon, Nikki, I know are here, is an essential part of bringing people into this organization, into organizations like it, that have put their heart into having a career which will not just bring them happiness, but define them. And that's why the people that work in the art market and the art world generally, the most interesting people to spend time with. And you often don't meet them many times, but you've immediately got a lingua franca, which bonds you as a sort of a tribe. So those of you that are planning to go into the art world, be reassured there are many other people like you going on the same journey. I'd love to feel that it will become more structured, Michael. I'm not sure that it will. And it might just be that those people in the art world that have made it, in inverted commas, should give back and spend more time talking to people, mentoring people, and encouraging them to be part of the broader art world in this country, which is the greatest in the world. Apologies to any Americans or French that might be here, or any others, but the creative industry in this country, speaking as a Finn, is second to none. And so the opportunities you have here, you will not find anywhere else in the world. And when I came to England with my family, my grandfather was an arts professor, said, you must make your life in the arts in Britain because Britain has got the most opportunities. And I think he was right.
Wonderful.